Mithrandiel here at PAX West 2018. Made our way to the Indie Mega booth, and we're checking out Star Renegades. Who am I joined by today?
My name's Peter McLaren. I'm the lead game designer for Star Renegades and the creative director at Massive Damage.
Very nice. So tell us a little bit about Star Renegades. What's this game all about? What kind of gamers would really like this game?
So first off, we have a lot of JRPG mechanics, and of course that's going to excite a lot of people, but also not excite another portion of people.
Right.
We're kind of saying that, if you love JRPGs, you're going to love Star Renegades, and if you hate JRPGs, you might still love Star Renegades. We're using a lot of different combat mechanic concepts that really we marry well into the sort of base, like, fixed position JRPG mechanics. I mean, so while there's fixed positioning, there's also a positionality element to where you slot your guys into. There's range, attack ranges, AoE versus front column, back, or like certain columns, certain rows. Effects. We got just all these. We have interrupts. Like we just have all of these
layers
game mechanics.
Yeah.
That we're basically just like we are forcing in there and seeing what works and what doesn't, and keeping what works great. And we're just making sort of building our combat around that. There's a time element to it, as well as some powers take longer to execute than others, and you can, if you were to watch the game, you can see you can see where powers are being plotted. Plus, there's also something that's sort of in vogue recently, so inspired by Into the Breach and Slay the Spire, you can see what the enemies are going to do. So that gives you a reason to, defend at the right tactical moments, as opposed to just spamming your best attack when the cooldown's done. So, we really tried to make it as involving and puzzle solving as possible. People are really they have to think through the correct course of actions throughout a combat.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So how long have you guys been working on Star Renegades, and what's the approximate timeline? When can we expect a release? What platforms? That sort of thing.
In terms of platforms, we made it in Unity and we made it controller friendly, so there really isn't anything stopping us from releasing on all platforms other than just time, the amount of work that it's going to be. Obviously, if we want to release, simultaneous release, localization in 6 languages, that's going to take us a bit longer. But speaking of time, definitely 2019. Obviously that's coming up, but we can't foresee it going into 2020.
Yeah.
We've only been working on it since January, though, so we still are fairly early on in the process. But the amount of stuff we've been able to get done in a short amount of time.
I was going to say, for a game that's about 7 or 8 months old, it's looking pretty put together. So that's good.
It's been really, it's been actually a bit of a compared to our previous game, it's been a dream to work on. I mean, it's really just like the mechanics sort of just come up naturally through talking about it, and we're able to integrate it all pretty quickly. This map wasn't there a month and a half ago. We just made that. This whole system. Things have been
very Chrono Trigger-esque.
Yeah.
When I saw it, it reminded me of that.
Yeah, which is funny. The previous one was very FTL, and there's elements of it still. A lot of arrival events and stuff like that. It is going to be procedural content. So that's probably going to be the big chunk of work left, is to make all of the systems that we now have functioning in terms of sort of handwritten data and making that procedural. But we have it all mapped out in terms of what that's going to be, and we have a lot of really cool sort of emergent storytelling elements that are going to happen. Again, sort of getting back on sort of what we maybe don't love quite so much about JRPGs, which is all the exposition-heavy story. We want to have something that just perfectly replayable constantly, just you can replay it forever and ever. We didn't want to make it so story reliant, but still have a lot of visual storytelling going on.
Sure. I mean, it looks great. I'm looking forward to
I don't know if I answered your question. That was a little rambling.
No, it was great. No, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So we're going to be giving it a try. It looks amazing, and thanks for chatting with us about your game.
Hey, no problem. Thanks.
Have a great PAX.